The rules of the Pokemon trading card game, which players just write as TCG, can be quite complicated. But really it's just a turn-based game. If you've played any games before where you take a turn, followed by another player taking a turn, you've got the general idea. But here is a general overview of how the game is played. Setup. Each player must have a deck of at least 60 cards. The deck must also include a single card that serves as the player's active Pokemon, and at least one card that serves as the player's bench, which is a group of face-up Pokemon that can be brought into play. Each player shuffles their deck and draws 7 cards. The player who goes first cannot attack on their first turn. Next up is turn structure. First you draw a card. Play any trainer cards or attach energy cards to your Pokemon. If you have any benched Pokemon, you may choose to switch your active Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. This is good if you're coming up against a Pokemon that's really strong against your attacker. Then you can attack with your active Pokemon, but this is optional. End your turn by placing one of your cards from your hand onto your bench. There are 3 ways to win the game. You can knock out all of your opponent's Pokemon. This is the best and the most satisfying. Cause your opponent to run out of cards in their deck. This is not as satisfying, but it means you ran them down and they didn't manage their deck well, so this is kind of satisfying. Achieve what's called a game-specific win condition. So like having a certain Pokemon in play. Think of these like challenges. And the first person to meet those challenges wins.
Attacking and damaging Pokemon. Each Pokemon has one or more attacks that it can use by paying the required energy cost. The attack's effect is described on the card. Some attacks do damage to the opponent's Pokemon, while others have a secondary effect such as applying a special condition, a good example poison or burn, or they allow you to draw cards. When a Pokemon takes damage, the player places damage counters on the Pokemon equal to the amount of damage taken. When a Pokemon has accumulated enough damage, it is knocked out and is removed from play. Now let's talk about energy cards. Energy cards are a type of card that are used to power a Pokemon's attacks. Each attack has an energy cost, which is the number and type of energy cards that must be attached to the Pokemon in order to use the attack. There are 9 types of energy in the Pokemon TCG: grass, fire, water, lightning, psychic, fighting, darkness, metal, and fairy. Next up is trainer cards. Trainer cards represent items, allies, and other resources that a player can use during the game. There are many different types of trainer cards, each with a specific effect. Some trainer cards allow the player to search their deck for a specific card, while others heal damage from a Pokemon or remove special conditions. Trainer cards are a key part of the game that many new players overlook. Energy cards and special Pokemon are important, but a good trainer can make the difference. Finally, special conditions. Special conditions are persistent effects that can be applied to a Pokemon as the result of an attack or trainer card. The 3 special conditions are burn, poison, and paralyze. Each special condition has its own effect, such as causing the Pokemon to lose a certain amount of health at the end of each turn or preventing the Pokemon from attacking. I hope this overview helps give you a general understanding of how the Pokemon TCG is played. There are many additional rules and mechanics in the game, so it is a good idea to familiarize yourself with the full rulebook before playing. Check out our playlist of other Pokemon tips and strategies.